How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I like to announce that our Queen Mother, Winnie Mandela, has passed over, and now our Queen can rest. I thank you, my Queen. You fought a ferocious fight. And we were talking about you last night, and you were making your transition. You truly held up, literally, a tribe. You truly kept your husband's name in lights. And I'm eternally grateful for all that you have done, my Queen, Winnie Mandela.
Winnie Madikizela Mandela considered herself a warrior. She was a powerful yet controversial figure in the anti-apartheid movement.
We not only fought on political platforms. I was one of those who were with the people fighting physically against the apartheid regime.
While her husband, Nelson Mandela, was incarcerated, she became the face of Mandela's fight against oppression. When he was released from prison after 27 years, she was right by his side. She told CNN what was going through her mind at the time.
I was thinking about the liberation of my country. And that was the culmination of bitter years of struggle.
While their marriage withstood the battle against apartheid, it couldn't withstand the pressure of freedom. They divorced in 1996,
So help me God.
2 years after Mandela was elected the first black president of South Africa.
It's very difficult to revisit that period. Even to me.
In the years after the fall of apartheid, the woman who was once revered as the mother of the nation fell sharply in the public's esteem. She was convicted of theft and fraud, and a Truth Commission accused her of gross human rights violations, allegations she denied. When Nelson Mandela died in 2013, Winnie was at his funeral, grieving alongside his widow, Graça Machel. The scars of apartheid wounded Madikizela Mandela deeply, right until the end. She remained disappointed with the South Africa she had fought so hard to liberate. Nevertheless, she says it was well worth the sacrifice.
We won in the end. We were free.
Okay, my royal family, let's continue on. I have one more video to show the royal family.
And letters she wrote during her time in prison. Winnie Madikizela Mandela's book, 491 Days, Prisoner Number 132369, was launched in Johannesburg Thursday. The ex-wife of former South African President Nelson Mandela was kept in solitary confinement for her role as an anti-apartheid activist. 41 years after her release, the journal and letters between herself and her husband resurfaced. And even after the decision to publish them, it still brought back painful memories.
It's very difficult to revisit that period. Even to me, I find it difficult to read one paragraph after another. I usually read one paragraph and put the book away because it just brings back so much pain.
Despite being a controversial figure, she's still regarded by many as mother of the nation. Madikizela Mandela divorced Nelson Mandela in 1996, just 2 years after he became South Africa's first black president. She says it was difficult to discuss her communication through letters with her then husband while in prison.
I was the most unmarried married woman because we really never lived together. We lived together for a few months before he became the Black Pimpernel of the country. So our communication as family was always through the letters. And when he was in prison, through the bars, the prison bars. So that was the only life we knew.
She talked about how that life affected her children as well.
Even to this day, a parent like me still feels that guilt. You decide to choose between the nation and your young children, and it was a very difficult choice.
As Madikizela Mandela signed copies of her book, her granddaughter addressed the South African community for the support of her grandfather, Nelson Mandela.
As my grandfather lays critical in hospital for the second month, as the family, we thank the South African community, the global world, for continuing to pray for him and the family, and we thank you for all your support.
Christina Muchler, CNN.
All right, my royal family. Let me shut this down here. What I was thinking about is it's been over 27 years that I had an opportunity to see Nelson Mandela and Winnie Mandela, and I was shocked that Nelson Mandela was very tall. I was very astounded. And I'll just never forget that day because I was pregnant with my oldest son, and they came to Oakland, California, to the Oakland Coliseum, gave a powerful speech. And then I can remember Winnie Mandela very well because we was almost near the stage. And this woman's skin was so flawless and so beautiful. I was just astounded. I just kept staring at her. I was like, wow, look at her skin. And I remember reflecting even back then at all the stuff that she had been through, you know, going to jail. She had been beat, her children stripped of her. She went through a lot. And I have to admit that after Mandela got out, you know, and I think 2 years later or so, or maybe a little bit longer, they had divorced, and I was a little bit upset because she truly did not get the full recognition. She kept Nelson Mandela's name in the lights. She was the one that kept that torch going. And a lot of women be in these movements and they don't get the full credit. And she worked endlessly. So you can rest, my queen, now. You have done your work. You have truly, truly done your work. And I have the utmost respect for you, Winnie Mandela. Now you can sit on your throne and relax. Ashe to you, my queen.